How's it going, you guys? Welcome back to another Iron Faith coaching call. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. In the meantime, I want to do a review of one of the matches from the U.S. Open. So again, feel free to drop your comments or your questions in the chat. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we're going to check out the match of Marcus Blaze versus Seth Gross. Okay? All right.
Seth Gross, one of
Front headlock is such an important position to be good at, both offensively and defensively. I would say, the two most important positions to be good at is front headlock, offense and defense, and in on a leg, offense and defense. So finishing a shot on one leg and defending a shot on one leg. Front headlock again. And the key to with defending the front headlock is exactly what Marcus Blaze is doing right here. You want to control up in that arm as much as possible. A lot of people say control the elbow, but you really want the higher up into the tricep you are, the better. Seth Gross has some weird offense, so he just tried to do a foot sweep there. Blaze got put on passivity. That means if he doesn't score, then Seth Gross gets a point. Well, I don't know if he got put on the shot clock. Yeah, he at least got a warning. Oh. All right. We're going to commercial, so while the commercial goes, you guys aren't seeing anything? All right, let me a second. That's on YouTube. I don't know what the deal is. No, I think you guys are good. Can you guys hear me or no? Hear me now? I've never done the sharing of the screen, so we'll try that out in the future. But I want to do some of these coaching calls where we could review some matches and stuff like that. So we'll see. I do it on the Google Meets I do, but I've never done it on YouTube Live. Seems like somebody was seeing something though. See the commercial or something? I just can't see the. All right, let me try it again. See if we can do that again. You guys see that? Let me know if you can see the screen. I haven't played anything yet, but let me still know if you guys can see the. All right, what's that then? Yeah, and what did you guys watch any of the U.S. Open? What do you guys think was the most exciting matchups? What were you unexpected results? It's working perfect. It's crazy. This weight class, two of the kids were in the quarterfinals, were high school. Another two were redshirt freshmen. That's how you're supposed to react. That's one of the Marcus Blaze is most known for, is his down blocks and his reattacks. I'm going to rewind that real quick, and we're just going to watch that again. Watch when Seth Gross fakes. Look at this reaction. You got a down block. You got to throw your feet back, drop your head down. And Seth keeps pulling this front headlock position from standing. I wonder if Seth is being hesitant to be offensive because, again, Marcus Blaze's reattacks, his down block go behinds are very, very good. So I think maybe he's game planning to, I don't know, so far it's been the entire period, Seth Gross hasn't even hit a shot yet. Yeah, makes sense. Seth Gross is just waiting for an attack and then wrestle defensively. He has some crazy counters, Seth Gross. A lot of unique counters. Like when you watch him wrestle Austin DeSanto, he wasn't, going for the traditional sprawl, right? Yeah, exactly. I think it's more of like it's like an offensive way to score when somebody shoots in. He's not just sprawling and spinning behind. You guys are free to ask questions whenever you want. I figured this would be a little more entertaining for people. Yeah, but look at that defense. Can't expose your back though. Got to find a way to scramble without going to your back. Oh, call it potential. Yeah, I like that video too. Well, now when Marcus plays, he's down by points. He has to be the one that's attacking. And like we said earlier, Seth Gross has a great defense, and Marcus Blaze is really known for counterattacks. Yeah, that move he talks about a lot. That's a crazy move. Let's look at that. Let's look at that takedown. If you guys like Russian ties, you normally see the Russian tie, and they climb up the arm a lot more. When they get a Russian tie, they're climbing up the arm. But Seth Gross barely has like the forearm. He's like on the wrist and forearm, and he's able to use this. In judo they call it a uchimata to get to the to get to the takedown. Yeah, right here. He's pretty low on the arm, which isn't like very common. Almost stepped out of bounds himself, right? But yeah, that was good. I like that. That this is gonna be one of your wrestlers' moves next year. That's good. I mean, it's like some sort of variation of that technique is probably the most common way to score with the Russian tie. Climbing up and just getting behind the person. You just don't see it the same way Seth Gross hits it, where you're like that far out. Oh. Whew. It's definitely a tough style to wrestle. I just wonder how much better. Yeah, Seth Gross really yanking on that leg. Looks dangerous. That's crazy slapping the mat like that at the end. That was nuts. Yeah, we got to get Seth Gross to do an instructional video for us on that Russian tie. I think he's already made videos on it too, though. Seth really got after his shots. Yeah, I wonder if we can watch Seth versus Jax. I don't think they have that matchup, though. They just have Jax versus Divino. Yeah, they don't have like the final matches. They just have the semifinals up on YouTube. You got to go to Flow for that. But yeah, I wonder like how, like you got guys like Jax, Marcus Blaze, when they're 27, are 18-year-olds going to come up and beat them? Like how much better are wrestlers going to keep getting? And I think it will keep going up just like every sport. And it's my opinion, it's the coaching, but also the general, at least in America, the way sports are is like, I feel like people are more specialized at a younger age. So they're just getting better at individual sports. You know, you have it's like a different culture. When my parents were kids, or even when I was a kid, I think people were like a lot bigger into doing multiple sports, right? Get your kid into football, soccer, every season do a different sport. But I think the good wrestlers are coming back and coaching younger kids, and kids are just like, wrestling all year round from the age of 6 till 18. So they obviously going to get a lot better. I don't know if I talked about this last. I don't think I did talk about this last live, but my brother was talking with John Donaher last week, who is a well-known jiu-jitsu coach. Coaches Gordon Ryan, and then he was George St. Pierre's jiu-jitsu coach at one point. And my brother was asking him, hey, how do we get our athletes to a world level, Olympic level? Like, what's the next step? And one of the things that John Donaher talked about was getting really good at the most common positions in the sport. Spend the most time on the positions that are the most important. And, the two most important positions, at least in neutral, right? Obviously, you got top and bottom and stuff like that. But for neutral, the two most important positions are scoring and defending the front headlock, and then scoring when you're on a shot, right? From the mat, from your feet, and defending, obviously, those positions. And in jiu-jitsu, he picked what he thought was the most important positions, right? Like mount, side control, turtle position, whatever, right? And he just spars from those positions where your partner's not going 100% live, but he's putting you in different situations. So you feel so comfortable scoring from the front headlock, defending the front headlock, scoring on a leg, on your feet, on the mat, that if you get to a leg, you're either scoring or you're getting out. Like you're backing away. You're not getting spun behind. Or when somebody shoots on you, you're so comfortable when somebody shoots on you because you've sparred from that position and you've been put in all those different positions there. So I think it's something that we're going to be implementing a little more. He also talked about how he thinks cradles are the easiest and most powerful pinning technique in wrestling. And if he was running a wrestling club, he would be pushing his kids to do a lot of cradles, especially defensively. Everything is between is all preference. Yeah, exactly. It's like that you build your own system, right? Like you guys pick the Russian tie. I'm going to work the underhook. I'm going to work these certain things, and then get really good at finishing the takedowns and finishing from go behind. How do you score a takedown? You either spin behind the person or you finish on a leg, right? So just spend the time. You can just comment right there, Saeed. If you have any questions, you can just throw it right in the chat. Like right where you posted, where do we have any questions? Or where do you ask questions? Yeah. And you talk about sparring, like not just drilling like single pick it up sweep, but shooting to the position and having your partner giving you a feel and spending a lot of time there in order to make improvements. So that's my recommendation for you guys. Spar those positions more. Single on the mat, head outside, head inside, out the back door, on your feet, backside finish, shin whizzer. When they try to funk roll, like just really understanding those positions there. People talk about, how do I get my athletes to be more offensive? How do I get them to attack more? Well, if your wrestler is very comfortable underneath a front headlock and they know they're not going to get spun behind, they'll shoot a lot more. So getting somebody comfortable underneath, knowing that if I shoot, hey, not a big deal, and I don't get the takedown, I'm going to get out. Not a big deal, right? Another side note, just speaking things that I've learned that, hopefully can help you guys out as I continue to become a better coach and, my guys get better. I want to help you guys as well. And another thing that I've learned is there is no perfect practice plan, right? You want to show the right technique. You want to motivate the kids to go hard. But I think mixing up the practices is better than keeping the practice the same. Like say you found a perfect practice routine, you do the same every single day. I think it gets boring. It doesn't bring excitement into the room. And getting the kids excited and working hard is super, super important. So I think mixing up the practice a little bit, doing live different sometimes just doing a whole practice of live, sometimes playing a game for a half an hour in the beginning of practice. I think it helps with the energy in the room and gets the kids more excited. And that's what you want. The whole goal is how can we motivate a kid to work harder, to love the sport, to want to go and study technique by themselves, to want to put the extra work in. That's the goal. So how can you do that through a practice? I might have seen that interview. I don't think so. I'll check it out though. No, I definitely haven't. If it was yesterday, I definitely haven't. But yeah. And then the second thing, like I might start doing in my room. I'm kind of starting to do. I have pretty good assistant coaches. Like I have great assistant coaches. They all wrestle. A lot of them wrestled for Brown University, Division I wrestlers, and they can run a great room. And I'm normally the one running the practices, but I almost feel like it's more important to be the one setting the energy in the room, setting the excitement, getting the kids motivated, like I was saying earlier. So I think I'm going to start really having, telling my assistant coaches, hey, how I want the practice run. They kind of already know at this point, but having them run the practices, but me really focusing on going from group to group, putting all my energy into getting them to drill harder, getting them more motivated, getting them more excited, helping them maybe with the details of their technique. So that's kind of where I might end up sliding to, instead of just being like, run the warm up, run the drills, show the technique. I can put my energy into going from kid to kid, making sure they're all held accountable and drilling the right way. So that's a side note. If you're a coach out there, maybe that helped you if you're an athlete as well. All right. So Saeed asked a question. I stay square when using an underhook since I like to shoot high crotch or doubles, but I struggle to move my opponents from that position. Do I need to use my free hand to get another tie and create movement? There's just so many options with that underhook series, Zahid. And Zahid, hopefully I'm saying your name right. But are you part of the my free online academy? If not, I would definitely recommend joining that, because you go to my neutral offense course. I have like 3 videos on underhooks, and there's so much more detail than do I do this or do I do that? Like, you have so many options with an underhook. So go to the underhook videos and just start picking different things, like picking different moves you want to and sequences you want to focus on, because there's so many options with the underhook. You can go, I've made like 3 videos on it. You can go underhook, high crotch, single. You can go underhook, inside tie. You can go head pinch. You can go throw by single. You can go ankle pick. You can do a foot sweep to an ankle pick. You can fake a high crotch, go front headlock. You can fake a high crotch arm drag out of the underhook. My point is just listing. There's so many options. You really just need to go into that video, go into the underhook videos inside the free academy, and pick a couple movements you want to incorporate into your wrestling. In general, I go underhook. I mean, it's so preference based. What I did was I went underhook, throw by single right away. The kid squared up, I would go knee pull single. If they put their head on my shoulder, I would do head pinch. But you can have so many different options. You go look at Trent Hiley, just won the U.S. Open. He goes underhook, like far ankle pick. He goes ankle pick off of a underhook, like right off the bat. And he wrestles from the wizard position a lot. Like, he'll get an underhook, he'll go for the far ankle pick and end up in the hip to hip position and score from there. So you really need to develop what techniques you want, but you can't just be underhook high crotch. You have to develop more. And the way to do that is circling hip to hip will open up more options. So just go through that video and just kind of pick a couple things. And for those of you that aren't in the free academy yet, I can I'll post that in the post the link to the free academy in the chat or whatever for you guys if you want to join that. The YouTube link is about Danaher and CLA. What YouTube link? You haven't posted the YouTube link yet. Am I missing that? Let me see. I'm not seeing it. I might have to post it again. Anybody in the chat, anybody else in the chat seeing the YouTube video? Yeah, you got to post that link again. No, you're welcome, Greg. I got a fun video coming out probably the next couple days. Maybe it's today. It depends on if I'm done yet. But taught my wife how to hit a double leg. She's a 100% complete beginner, and be a great video to show someone who doesn't know how to hit a double leg. Because a lot of my instructionals, I mean, I go into detail on what things need to be done, but it may be more for like someone who's been wrestling for a month or 2 months, or understands the basic fundamentals. But these videos will be like great for somebody who's just starting out. Because the people that just start out wrestling have certain issues like that someone that's been wrestling for a few months wouldn't. There's certain things that they really struggle with. And you can see my wife, because she has no wrestling experience, try to hit these techniques and make those common mistakes. Like when you pick someone up with a double, I feel like a lot of new people are afraid to land on the person. So they kind of just let go of them. And that was happening a lot. And yeah, so I think it'll be a fun one. I'm excited about it. Craig saying, any ideas to teach some Greco for fun to young high school wrestlers? Yeah, if you can get a crash pad and do show some lat drops, show some throws on there. I think that's always fun. So if you can get a crash pad, I think it allows them to throw a lot harder. You can do like certain games, like you can do live Greco where you're like, if you get a body lock, you get a point, or if you snap their hands to the mat, you get a point. You can play games like that, but I think it's just showing different techniques. Show a hip toss, show a headlock, show a lat drop, show a head pinch, right? Show a duck under body lock. I made a video on like the top 5 wrestling throws. The body lock is a great one for Greco. All right. Groshi took your advice for a few weeks ago and started my boys on a starter strength conditioning program at home. After 3 weeks, I can already see a huge difference in everything, including physique. That's awesome. I'm super proud of your kids. It is so big. Like I had this kid come try a class out yesterday. Just a crazy athlete. Beat like 4 of my guys who've been wrestling for a year because of how much of an advantage it is when you have a young kid that's strong. Because most young kids are not strong. So if you get your kids strong, being able to do 10 pull-ups, being able to do, some solid push-ups, they're going to be at a huge advantage. And then you get them a little aggressive too. It's kind of that balance. Chuck, my son doesn't want to do the local club. He's learning with me, but I'm much larger. Yeah. I mean, I would do a lot of stance and motion. Get that stance really good. Get his down blocks. Get him really fluid. Make him look like a, Division I high level wrestler with his stance and motion. Like spend so much time on just, hey, we're using stance and motion, hitting the knee over toe shot, so hitting a double leg shot, and hitting a sweep single shot, down blocks, shots. Chuck, I don't know if you're in the Iron Faith video vault, but I have a whole course in there on drills, and it goes into obviously stance and motion, but some other drills that you could do if you wanted. Yeah, check the drills course out. I would look into that one. But stance and motion, I would go huge. And he could probably still do stuff like the scarecrow drill on you. If you ever wanted to get I don't know, you could probably find some way to set up some sort of practice dummy almost. But if I was too big for my kids, I would just get them a lot of stance and motion. And then getting them fluid with that. And I think that will make a huge difference. Down blocks, sprawls, shots. Yeah. SNC, strength and conditioning revolution for anyone's life. Yeah, definitely. Strength and conditioning is huge. All right, you guys, let me know if you have any other questions. And if you want, I mean, I don't know if YouTube will not allow me to post this video because I had the review of the match in the beginning. But if you guys like those reviews, if you want me to review a match, you can always post in the community what match you want me to review. I can always start these calls off with a match review, or not. I could just start asking questions. All right, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, these videos normally don't get a lot of views anyways. They're more here to answer your guys' questions. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, and good luck with your training. And if you have any questions, definitely drop them in the online academy throughout the week. See you guys. And perfect. Appreciate it. No problem, you guys. I'll see you.